The last Stranger Things season was a whirlwind for viewers all over the world, but if you thought that the mystery was over, you clearly haven't been watching Stranger Things for long enough. Netflix recently released a few photos before the much-anticipated release of the new season, and boy did they cause quite a sensation on the internet. In this video, we'll talk about how the newest press release from Netflix has been creating waves in the Stranger Things fanbase and otherwise in the general population. First, we have Nancy's fate. Nancy's fate was one of the most haunting ends to the season, especially since the show's creators had teased about character deaths, so everybody was already on their toes, wondering whether their favorite characters would end up dead. If your favorite character is Nancy, it looks like you're safe though. However, these newly released photos have taken away some of the concern that fans had regarding Nancy's fate. The photos show the group standing together looking at something, although it's not really clear what they're looking at, and it's even more unclear how Nancy managed to escape from Vecna's trance. That still remains a huge mystery to most viewers because at the time it really didn't look like Nancy was going to make it, especially after the season ended so mysteriously. After falling into Vecna's clutches, the audience was especially anxious about this particular character's fate, but it looks like she's alive for now. But who knows what the new season will bring? Next, we have the return of Dr. Brenner. Dr. Brenner, aka the infamous guy who experimented on Eleven and ran the facility for the special kids with powers, returns this season. The new picture that was released from season 4 basically gave away that he was still alive and well when he was actually supposed to be dead. In season 1, they showed the Demogorgons ate him in the final fight of the season, so him being shown alive was a huge shock for the audience, and why wouldn't it be? One of the biggest villains of the storyline has made a surprising return. What does this mean for the gang? What does this have to do with their fight against Vecna? Guess we'll find out soon enough. So, is Max alive? After Max got possessed by Vecna, fans were convinced that it would be Max that they would have to say goodbye to, especially after certain bloodied images of her began circulating the internet. When Eleven tries to communicate with Max using her powers, when she sees her in the hospital, she cannot find any connection or reach out to her. So this begs the question, was Eleven successful in bringing Max back to life, or is Max the first character death of the next season? Was Eleven successful in getting back to her friends? The guys were looking for Eleven's location after she was taken by the secret facility people who promised to help her get her powers back, because as we know, in the beginning of the season, Eleven loses her powers. So while she's being held captive at the facility, the boys go on a hunt to track her location and figure out where she's being held captive. The picture kind of gives it away that the boys might have figured out her whereabouts, and they might have found it in a deserted place. Now for Nancy and Steve's relationship. While we know that Nancy makes it out of the Upside Down alive, the next question to ask is what will happen with her and Steve's dynamic. While these photos don't really give us a decisive answer about whether something does end up happening between them, they show the two characters together with all their friends, so anybody shipping them together can still hold on to the hope that their favorites do end up dating. But will they though? All of last season, the only question on everyone's mind was, will it finally happen? Robin, their friend, kept playing wingman and pushing Nancy towards Steve, but alas, the end of the season came, and as we viewers were just ready to accept that maybe it's not meant to be. And when Nancy got possessed by Vecna, we thought that the universe was just not in favor of these star-crossed lovers finding love. Maybe this time will be different. Nancy being alive might prompt Steve into thinking that life really is too short and he doesn't want to lose the girl he likes. Or we'll just spend one more agonizing season watching Robin get progressively more annoyed with the two of them. We can't wait to find out which one it'll be. So, do they make it out of Russia? The photos show confusion on the faces of the characters, but it's really not clear whether they've made it out of their Russian prison into the real world. In the pictures, the characters are seen together, probably discussing how to get rid of Vecna, their newest enemy. In the last season, they figured out that a part of Vecna is in Russia. They decided to stay back in order to kill it and help the rest of the gang who were fighting Vecna in Hawkins. The pictures don't really show whether they make it out of Russia though, but to everybody's relief, they're also seen pointing excitedly towards something which gives everybody hope that they do find their way back to the real world, and more importantly, they do end up defeating Vecna. Next, we have the dreaded Monopoly leak. This isn't the only spoiler related to this story that has been released over the past couple months. There have also been photos leaked from an official Monopoly game. A card game that was on the official Monopoly roster also managed to spoil a crucial detail for the show. We think it's safe to say that this has been a very chaotic year, not just for the Stranger Things characters, but also for the show's creators. Stranger Things is just one of the many franchises that have suffered from leaks over the years. Star Wars was one of their their biggest victims, and with the popularity that Stranger Things has been getting over the years, this was bound to happen at some point, and no better time than now, right? When the show is preparing for their final season. Now, why is the Monopoly leak such a big deal? This leak made the show's creators furious, who allegedly weren't even informed about the game, and maintaining a high degree of mystery surrounding the series is something that is extremely important to them. Like all iconic leaks in history, of course this one was also released through Reddit, and naturally the Duffer Brothers were extremely upset. And why wouldn't they be? When a show such as Stranger Things that relies so heavily on cliffhangers and the mysterious element of suspense gets leaked on the internet, a major factor of what makes the show so unique is taken away. But as a fan, you're also dying to know if there is more to the show than the creators are letting slip. Whether our predictions as a fan are correct or our friends. Frustrating, isn't it? Lessons have been learned, and I expect there will be more cohesion going into Season 5, a spokesperson said. Cohesion isn't something that fans have come to expect from the plotline of Stranger Things because, like the title, everything just ends up being super strange in the show. So it is only natural that there has been a degree of chaos in the production process as well. Recently, Netflix has also announced that the 5th season of the show will be the last, which has made fans extremely angry, but also extremely anxious to find out what happens in the last season. The creators of the show have also teased about a Stranger Things sequel or spin-off that may not include the current cast. So naturally, fans are scared that this might be the last season in which they see the cast members that they have grown to adore. Come on, it's like Millie Bobby Brown grew up in front of our very eyes. The new season is being split into 2 parts. Volume 1 of Season 4 will debut May 27th, and Volume 2 will debut July 1st. So why did Netflix do it? This press release wasn't something that was done accidentally. It was something that Netflix did willingly before the release of the much anticipated season, so it really begs the question, why would you willingly spoil your own show? Some fans think that it was a marketing tactic, that they want viewers to believe something and then have the storyline go a different way. This could very well be likely, especially since they have willingly shown Nancy alive in the photos. But is that really the truth of what will happen? Or will Nancy actually end up dead in the next season? Apart from that, what else is going to happen? They showed us that Vecna might be finally defeated, but the question on everyone's mind is how they're going to defeat the main evil. Stay tuned to find out. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think there's more to the story than meets the eye? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.